I love reading, and I love finding books in little free libraries, as well as asking for them through our Buy Nothing network when people offer them up. And this book was offered up recently called The Year of Living Danishly, Uncovering the Secrets of the World's Happiest Country. And I thought it was going to be kind of like a travel log where it told you if you wanted to go visit or whatever, how much fun it would be. But it was actually more of a personal history story of a lady who had a full-time job working as the editor of a magazine in London, was living the fast-paced life, and her husband was living the fast-paced life, and they were working to have a kid, and they were really busy. And then her husband gets offered a job in Denmark at Lego. And so they kind of like, oh, do we really want to go up there where it's so cold? Well, okay, it's a good opportunity for her husband. So it's a book that talks about she was on the work track to be able to reach the top. But by her taking this break and discovering Denmark, she thought, well, maybe what I'll do is I will report what's going on up here in Denmark so that she can continue her working. And then she did freelance for a whole bunch of other publications as well. It's almost reads more like a novel than a travel log type book. And she talks about the inner workings of what it's like to be an immigrant into Denmark. Some of the things that I found interesting is that the Danish language doesn't have a word for please. She explains it in the book that they're not being rude. It's just that the Danish people are very straightforward. They don't mince their words. If they have something to say, they just say it. You know where you stand. She also talks about the tradition, how the Danish are really traditional. When she would say, well, why do you do that? They would just say, it's tradition. And they have really fun things that they do that are traditional for them. You have to read the book to get all the ins and outs of it, but I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was an easy read. And in the back of the book, there are top 10 tips for living Danishly. And I thought those were fascinating because Denmark right now is like the happiest country in the world. And so after interviewing various people and living there, she has 10 tips how anyone can live a happier life by imitating what the Danes are doing. Now, she says the country, of course, is not perfect. They've got things going on there like every country does, but it was really a fun little romp, and I would recommend reading it. From childcare, education, food, and interior design to SAD and taxes, The Year of Living Danishly records a funny, poignant journey, showing us what the Danes get right, what they get wrong, and how we might all live a little more Danishly ourselves. I like the happy ending, too. I'm a happy ending type of gal. Well, I don't want to give it away. And right now, it's just kind of nice to have books that have happy endings. She's also written several other books since then because she's loving her life in Denmark. I guess, as far as I know, she's still there. I'll probably go check her website to find out for sure. She likes it. It's a good place to raise kids. It's a good place to make friends. It's important that you learn Danish, though. She was saying that's one of the things that when she and her husband went there, you have evening classes to learn Danish because it's very important that you do so according to their culture, and how she and her husband from London, how they have changed to enjoy the pace and the culture of the Danes and have embraced it as their own. So it makes me kind of want to maybe travel to Denmark now. I would probably want to take some Danish before I went, just so I can say, hey, I don't even know if that's how you say it. It's what it looks like. H-E-J means hi. I'll have to find out how to say those things. And since my husband has Danish relatives that come and visit his side of the family once every year or two, I might be able to talk with them about some of these things as well. The book again is called The Year of Living Danishly, Uncovering the Secrets of the World's Happiest Country by Helen Russell. What book are you reading at the time that you're enjoying? You can go ahead and leave it in the comments below, and it might be something I'm interested in reading too. Thanks for watching Barb Talks.